everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Colleen, and I'm about to go out of town for 10 days, so I need to go through our fridge and our freezer and try and make meals out of what we have. Since we're gone such a long time, I do not want to go to the grocery store at all until closer to when we leave, so we have like snacks and ideas for the road so we don't have to stop for multiple meals. Now, before we jump into it, if you could give this video a like and a subscribe, we've got a lot more budget cooking content coming your way. I'm hoping to find like a big kind of cut of meat that I can just throw in the crock pot, or I can just cook and then just reheat for several meals, because I'm not really feeling like doing anything because I still have a lot of things to do to prepare. So I'm hoping dinners can be easy peasy this week. Alright, let's see what I can find. So for this week's Pantry challenge, we're going to use these two kind of pork loin roast that I had got from a Costco box. Not a Costco box, that I got from Costco and divided. I am going to use this one for the crock pot and this one because it has more fat on it for something else. Alright, so this recipe that I found calls for pork chops. So I'm going to cut one of these up into pork chops. The other will be used for another dinner. We're going to do half a teaspoon of ground pepper, a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon and a half of that Italian seasoning, 1 cup of chicken broth. I have this, so I'll choose that, and half a teaspoon of salt. It did not call for an onion, but I have a bunch that need to get used, so I'm going to toss that in as well, with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I went ahead and cut up that one roast into pork chops. I did make them kind of small. This way they would all fit on the bottom of my crock pot evenly. Next, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of olive oil to our crock pot. Go ahead and add your 1 cup of chicken stock or any kind of stock or broth that you have. Then we're going to go ahead and add as much minced garlic as you like. And I went ahead and put all my seasonings just in a container, went ahead and dumped that in, and chopped up half of that onion. And next we're just going to give it a really good mix, make sure everything is fully coated and incorporated. Now we're going to cook on low for 6 hours. I've got about 40 minutes until the pork is done. So I just cut up some sad looking potatoes. And then I have some mismatched eggs. So I have potato salad as a side. How good does that look? The pork chops were cooked perfectly. As you can see here, they were fork tender. My son actually asked for extras on his plate, so win for me. For the other pork roast, I just threw that in the crock pot with some salt and pepper to make some kind of shredded pulled pork. And here, I'm just heating some up with some barbecue sauce, and I'm actually going to take some bacon fat to fry some tortillas. I have this one sad tortilla left in a pack, and I have this open, maybe like half thing of mozzarella. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the tortilla in here, and I'm just going to sprinkle in some cheese. Okay, I am actually going to put my lid on it to try and get that cheese to melt before I add the barbecue pulled pork. Okay, so now that our cheese has melted a little bit, we'll go ahead and add the pulled pork, and then we'll kind of flip it. Okay, so it's a little tricky to do with one hand. We'll flip it, let it get extra crispy on both sides, then dinner is served. It is coming together nicely. You can hear that crust. I'm just gonna give it a few more minutes and it's all done. How good does that look? You can add whatever toppings that you like normally in your tacos or on your pulled pork sandwiches. Easy, quick, came together so fast. So tonight we just heated some more of the pork on low. I'm just tossing it into a salad. Some croutons, some lettuce, a little bit of feta cheese. Then I had some carrots and radishes that need to be used up. Just gonna pour it all together, give it a shake, and that's dinner. Tricky doing it one-handed. I'm just gonna give it a shake, mix everything up. And there's dinner. So dinner tonight's not super creative. I'm gonna have pasta, but I'm gonna make 2 meals at once. So some of you may have found me from my freezer meal video. And I'm going to make that whole bag of pasta, but in here, I'm gonna make the meat for that cheeseburger casserole. So for my oil, and I have already browned the meat, I'm actually gonna use bacon fat for some extra flavor. Okay, I'm taking that other half of the onion from the pork recipe, and I'm gonna go ahead and brown it in the bacon grease. Okay, just put the pasta in your salted water and cook per the instructions. Now that the onions are a bit translucent, go ahead and add the garlic and let them be friends for a few minutes. Right, now that that has been cooking for a little bit, I'm going to add in my already cooked meat. Originally, I cooked the ground beef with the onions, but I decided halfway through I'd make this meal instead. At this point, when your meat is all cooked, you would season with salt and pepper and add in your tomato paste. I don't have any tomato paste. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in my tomatoes, and I'll add my mustard and get it all kind of heated up together. Okay, I added my salt and pepper and my 2 tablespoons of mustard. Originally it was Dijon, all I have is yellow. I'm sure it will do just fine, but we will see and we will find out. So here's dinner tonight. We got our pasta with a little shaky parm, found a garlic bread in the freezer, and finishing up the last of our salad. And then now we have this prepped. I'm gonna let this cool before I throw it in the fridge. And then when we cook it, we'll just put it into a dish and top it with your favorite cheese. And then you got another meal. Thank you guys for watching this and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I've got a lot more stuff coming your way. This week was so easy. I do wish that pork chop recipe that I had made more because there was very little leftovers. My son's normally not a huge meat eater, so when he asked for seconds and thirds and he literally took the pork chop off my plate, I was very happy. So very easy recipe, very child approved. Everything else is really simple. I made some pulled pork in the crock pot. You can go ahead and add barbecue sauce on that now. I decided not to just in case I wanted to play with the flavors later, but I got lazy and pretty much just ate barbecue pulled pork all week. In tacos, in sandwiches, I threw it on my salads, done. And for the cheeseburger casserole, my husband says that the original recipe was better, like with the Dijon and with the tomato paste, but like I said, I didn't have those things and I was not going to a store. He said it was good and he enjoyed it, but the other one was better. So what you gotta do. I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.